A lot of gap plays this week with the market being hot. Gap plays are plays that have formed a gap in the past. These gaps can form big resistance zones. Once these gaps break, huge explosive moves can happen. The first one this week was ELAB. When we take a look at its daily chart, we see it has two interesting gaps. One from $2.40 to $2.70, and the other from $5.15 to $6.12. When it started running Friday the 27th of March, you could have played the breakout. But because we start our weekend most times when market closes on Friday, we missed this one. When we started to make our watch list for Monday, this one was on the top. The most interesting one because it kept consolidating above the gap the entire after hours. Monday pre-market, it continued its consolidation. We waited to enter for a possible re-entering of the gap. When it happened and broke the gap again, we got in. After we got in, it ran till market opened for more than 75%. After this run, it still kept consolidating for the entire day, so we kept it on watch for the next day. Because it is too far from our entry zone, we just waited. We waited for two possible entry zones. One, the same entry level as before. It goes back to the gap and breaks it again, or it goes for the second gap and breaks that one. When it started running Tuesday, it seemed that breaking the second gap was more likely than going back to the first one. At the end of the day, ELAB broke the second gap, so we got in. After it re-entered the gap, it went in after hours for more than 40%. Because after it broke the first gap and consolidated above the first gap for a while and made an even bigger move, we kept most of our position for a potential bigger move. The next day, it did exactly what we thought. It consolidated, just like after breaking the first gap. At the end of the day, big volume came in, and it went explosive. Instead of taking the 40%, we now got almost 140%. What a big move, right? And you just had to use our gap strategy, which we have played a dozen of times on the channel. The second gap play was CYCN. This one started running Wednesday pre-market. When we take a look at its daily chart, we see a gap from $2.83 to $3.02. After running just 10 minutes, it already broke this gap, so we got in. It retested the gap, but after that, it kept going for multiple hours for an explosive more than 175% move. Crazy, right? The third and final gap play was RENX. This one also started running Wednesday pre-market. When we take a look at its daily chart, we see a recent gap from $2.08 to $2.64. At first, it rejected again from this gap, but it consolidated inside it for the entire pre-market. At market open, it broke the gap, so we got in. It made not the explosive move as the other two, but it did the job. It made a nice 20% plus move for us. Please keep your eyes open for these gap plays. Like we've said many times, these are one of the easiest ways to make money in the stock market. For now, I hope you learned something, and I hope this video helped you further in your trading career. See you hopefully next time. Bye.